Hello. So I want to tell you about a Hawaiian forgiveness technique called ho'oponopono. It's spelled H-O apostrophe O-P-O-N-O-P-O-N-O. And this technique is to help with self-forgiveness. And it also helps to untangle really snarled up events. Um, And so here it's a four-step process, and you can just say it to yourself either out loud or in your head. So it's four statements. It's I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, and I love you. And how I want you to use this is for yourself so that you can experience the release and the self-forgiveness. And ultimately, you'll find that as you release this emotional trauma or this pain, you have much more happiness restored because happiness lives inside us. And it's kind of, all like barnacled up with all these painful events and emotional events. And you could also use it for other people. So I'll give you a couple examples. Let's say, for example, you were made wrong by a lot of people, like you were gaslighted. And when you were made wrong, you would turn against yourself and you would say things like, what's wrong with me? And then you would go like down the rabbit hole of trying to figure out what's wrong with you. And that led you down not only the rabbit hole, but on a hamster wheel, just like spending all this time thinking that you're wrong. And God knows how long did that take, a year of your life away? Was that the foundation in which you operated, that there was something wrong with you, and it was a decade long or 2 decades long? And so, right, what do we do with that emotional pain and that self-torture, thinking that there was something wrong with us? So intentionally, I recommend to do this after the mirror work. And I will tell you what I do. So after the mirror work, I will say, I'm sorry that I questioned and thought that I turned on you and I made you feel wrong. I made you feel like you were the wrong person. Please forgive me, because the truth was, what was wrong with them that would make them behave in that manner? Thank you for the lesson. Thank you for the lesson of knowing that I'm right, of knowing that I'm good, of knowing that I am love and I operate from love. And I love you. I love you. I like to personalize the Ho'oponopono statements. There's 4 statements. I like to personalize and interweave these personalizations because I feel like I really embody this self-forgiveness. So I do that very intentionally. But I also use it for things that happen outside of myself. So for example, I had a tenant that I had to charge some extra money. And I felt really bad because I know this is going to come as a surprise to him. So I emailed him. And I just incorporated those 4 statements. So I said, dear so-and-so, I'm so sorry to be the bearer of bad news. Please forgive me, but I have to ask you to pay for this invoice because such and such and such and such was done. Thank you so much for being the responsible person that you are. And I love having you as a tenant. Please let me know if you have any questions. Thank you, Veronica. And I got back such a beautiful, oh, of course, absolutely, no problem whatsoever, and so I used it in that way. I've also used it with people. I'll be very specific with my own family. There's a lot of turmoil, as there is with a lot of families, right? And sometimes speaking is not appropriate or not the best thing. And sometimes space is a good time between dialogue. And so now we're in this period of space. So I say every day to my family member, I'm so sorry, I love you. Or I'm so sorry, please forgive me, thank you, and I love you. And I say their name and I personalize it as well. And that really just unburdens me about the sorrow of not talking to this family member. So yeah, that's the three. There's many ways, but I would like for you to. I told you about the other way so that you can apply it and embody it also in your professional work life, or with your children, or with your spouses, or with your neighbors or friends. So that's why I gave you those other examples, but I want you to be oponopono for yourself. I want you to use it for yourself. And I'll tell you a little bit about what I remember being taught about ho'oponopono. Apparently, it's a Hawaiian technique, and it was, I can't remember the name of the physician. So a physician learned it from this Hawaiian philosopher, and he was responsible for the prison, like these prisoners that were so so messed up they had to be hospitalized, or like they had to be like kind of bound because they were such a danger to themselves or to others. And so it was like this ward in Hawaii, and the doctor, I believe it was a psychiatrist, I can't remember his name and I'm so sorry, but you can Google it. He didn't even talk to the patients directly. He would get their chart and then he would say, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, and I love you. And then he'd get the next chart, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, and I love you. And the next chart, and he would do that, and he did that, and within 3 years, that hospital, all the inmates were able to go back into the regular prison, and there was no need for that hospital. And that's just because of the energetic flow of forgiveness to these people that just opened up these people. I mean, I can't explain what happened, but I can just tell you the story that I was told. We're all energetic beings, and so this can be said to oneself either out loud or in the thought universe, and you can direct it out to somebody else. So please let me know if you have any questions. Veronica@personalrestart.com is my email. And remember, ho'oponopono it's a healing technique to release negative emotions so that you can be and recover your happiness, because happiness is inside. And that's, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, and I love you. Okay, I look forward to hearing what happens for you when you start doing this for yourself. See you later.